Hey, what's up out there? It's Yanni coming back. Another comic haul. I got a ton of books, so I'm going to try and go through them quick. Hopefully everything comes out alright. Just got back from giving blood. You can see my little finger sample they got there, so hopefully everything I say is coherent. You guys give blood? It's a good thing to do. Helps out a lot of people, and it's really pretty painless. Only takes an hour. So get out there and do your civic duty. First up, I got Amazing Spider-Man 265. I bought a bunch of comics. I think last video I talked about, well, might have been a couple ago. Online retailer, maybe you can see the name there. Let's not dwell on that. But they had a huge percentage off sale, so I'm a sucker for sales. So I got 265 here. First appearance of Silver Sable. I think this is an undervalued book. This should be on your radar. It's going for about 10 bucks on eBay. You know, I got the first print here, the original print for $3.15, and then I got the second print for $2.50. And you know how crazy people are going over second prints and third prints these days. So this is like more of a modern reprint. They also did the same thing with Morbius, first appearance 101. I would definitely suggest picking those up. I think they're only going to increase over time, and who knows when they may blow. I had to get two of those, and I got one of the second of the reprint. So put those on the radar. Couple of Superman Doomsday that I didn't have. Action Comics 684 and Adventures 497. Had to pick those up. Can't remember what I paid for those. Oh well. It wasn't a lot. I mean, those aren't the key ones that you want. This one you do want. I think I paid about $5 for that. Maybe even $4. Very fine. Man of Steel 18. First full Doomsday. 17 seems to be the one that people want. Man of Steel 17. I don't know why. He doesn't even show up in it, but hey, I'll take the 18s. People can fight over the 17s. Here's a book you probably had at some point if you're a collector like me from the 90s. X-Force #2. Now this is really starting to heat up. To put this one on your radar too. You can still find this in dollar bins, and that's how much I actually paid for this one. But I've been watching these on eBay, and there's been some going for as much as 10 bucks. Second appearance of Deadpool, and I gotta tell you, I just read the X-Force, or I'm sorry, what is that? New Mutants, 98. Man, what a lackluster first appearance, Deadpool. It's really poorly written. Whatever. People love Deadpool, and I think he's funny. So I paid $1 for these. So you can see I picked up 4 of them, near mint for $1, and they're going for a lot. I'll probably try and flip some. Some more Amazing Spider-Man 275. These are a bunch I needed for my run. 275, it's got the Return of Hobgoblin. It's kind of a key book around this time period, and it's a $20 book. I paid $8 for it. That was on sale for near mint. 287 with Daredevil and Spider-Man in a black costume, part of the Gang War series, Kingpin, Punisher, Daredevil. I paid $5 for that. It's a $10 book. And 296 and 97, some Doc Ock ones. Paid about $3 to $4 each for those. So that completed kind of my high. Everything over 250 to 300 for me for Spider-Man. So I just needed to get them out of the way. Wonder Woman, second series, #7. Now I had actually bought these a couple weeks ago, but I know Omega Shinryu Kenna just talked about this one, a key book. I've been picking up Wonder Womans if I can find them cheap, but especially this one from the second series. It's the first appearance of Barbara Minerva, who is the new Cheetah. Kind of any of the women's stuff is really heating up. So what did I get that for? I got that for $3.75. I mean, you can probably get it for that much, $4 in near mint. But I would suggest putting that on your radar as well as this one. Teen Titans number 8 from New 52. This is the first appearance of the Ravagers in New 52. And you might also see that their annual number 1 is, but this book came out before annual number 1. I'm trying to figure out why that one would be their first appearance when, I mean, you can clearly see them on the cover here. So I don't know, maybe somebody can clue me into that, but if you go on the DC Wicca page and look up the new Ravagers, it says the annual is, but I don't know. Whatever, I think I paid $3 for that. How about this? You guys know about Coyote, right? Number 12. This was to complete my run of Coyote. Epic Comics, which was printed under Marvel. This is a really cool cover. This one's kind of hard to find. I don't know, is this the first time that a president has been on the cover of a comic in this kind of manner? You know, 16 here is also last issue. You know, I talk about last issues a lot, how the kind of popularity or the scarcity of them and the price, reflective price of them. But one thing I want to say about that president is Ronald Reagan. You know how much the Obama covers are going for, and the Amazing Spider-Man, and they also did the Nixon cover, Nixon variant. This isn't a variant, this was the regular cover. Pretty cool, I think. But more importantly, why I started getting these, you know Coyote, right? Scorpio Rose. Let me open this up for you, because you may not know about this. And let's see what we got here. I haven't read these. Steve Englehart was the writer. I think he was the creator of it too. But let's check out the backstory here. Scorpio Rose, Englehart and McFarlane. This is number 12, which is the second professional work of Todd McFarlane. So he did all the pencils for Scorpio Rose here in the backup story. So this is his first professional work. Pretty cool. I mean, and these are super cheap. You can get these. Number 11's is first, and I think they go up to 11, 12, 13, and 14. All have the Scorpio Rose in the back. Backup story. So cool books, just for the nostalgia of Todd McFarlane's first work. Let me throw this in there. See if you know about this one also. I mean, Alpha Flight's popular. Nice yellow cover. This is also the first Marvel work. Might be his first professional work. Jim Lee. And Welsh Portatio, you would know, was the inker on that. You would know him from Uncanny X-Men. He was the inker starting on this 201. And this was printed in 1986, I believe, and then this was 87, so this was actually later. So he was kind of known by then, but Jim Lee wasn't, and we know Jim Lee ended up taking over Uncanny eventually. So cool nostalgia books. I don't understand why, like, the first first professional work of some of these artists that are huge, like McFarlane. You know, Coyote doesn't have a huge print run. Alpha Flight, I mean, it kind of does. You can find them wherever, but you know, these are found in the dollar box. I mean, I would take first artwork of like a major key artist who will be in the Hall of Fame of comic book artwork over some crappy first appearance of some crappy character. I don't know. Anyway, I live in Akron, Ohio. I went to Pennsylvania recently and just was feeling kind of down. What brings you back up better as a collector than scoring some comics, so I stopped at a couple different places while I was out of town. This was at like one of those flea markets where the booths are unattended. I had been here before. His prices were okay, but he actually had 25% off. So I figured, alright, I'll pick some stuff up for sure. Earth 2 #1, got that for $3. This one I had been looking for, and it's kind of hard to find. Wolverine vs. Hulk. Now this is Hulk the second series. If you watched my last video, I was talking about how hard it is to figure out which Hulk is what. I think this would be the volume 3 technically of Incredible Hulk, maybe. I don't know, maybe somebody else can tell me. But anyway, I got this for what, like $2.75, 60 cents off, $2.40. Right, was it even less than that? Whatever. This is like a $10 book. Anything Wolverine Hulk, you know, you gotta pick it up. And it, like I said, it is kind of hard to find. Catwoman 23, the second print, and the YouTube user Mercenot, he schooled me on this as far as how to know with DC what the first prints and second prints are. And down here you can see this 2. It's kind of hard to see, it's not focusing, but 2 is going to put you in the second print. So that's first appearance of Joker's daughter in the New 52, and I paid for that. I paid $2.40 for that. That's alright, you could probably get it for that much. I was really happy to find these. Ninja Turtles original series. This is #2, the third print. #2 is the first appearance of April O'Neil and Baxter Stockman, and I got that. All these Ninja Turtles I'm going to show you at $5, so they came down to $3.75. I mean, that's, not only is it not an easy book to find, it's at least $10 if you find it. Same with this, #7. When you get up this high, I'm pretty sure they only did one print, but $10, $10 book. I paid $3.75. This one's kind of easy to find, the Michelangelo #1 micro series. This is probably the easiest one to find. I think this one they had the highest print run. It was either 60 or 90,000. I already had one, but I'm picking anything Turtles up, like I said last video. This one's really cool. How to draw the Ninja Turtles. And this one is, I've never seen this out in the wild before, but a lot of turtles you don't really see out there. Let's open that one up, just because I haven't even opened this one yet. And I wanted to see, how do I actually draw the Ninja Turtles? Oh, cool. Yeah, so it gives you like each piece right there, the teeth, their expressions. This is pretty cool. How to draw a head, what to start with. Cool. Well, I don't want to slow down too much. Got a lot of books, but that's a cool book if you can find that, definitely. Any Turtles. Simpsons, #1. Now, this doesn't have the poster in it. It has a sticker on there. It was 80 cents. I mean, how can I go wrong for that? I mean, that's, I don't know how much not having the poster affects it. It probably knocks it down by half, I bet. But I would say it's still probably a $5 book. Classic kind of cover swipe, Fantastic Four. I showed you this last video. I picked another one up. I had bought them both about the same time. Action $7.75 versus Manchester Black. I paid, let's see, $3.75 for that. Detective $5.78. I've been looking for some of these McFarlane Detective Comics. I think this is part 4, the last one. $3.75. Been looking for this too. Ultimate Fallout #4. The first appearance of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Good one to have. Definitely should be on your radar already. I mean, it's really an undervalued book. I mean, I paid $3 for that. It should be $10 at least. And this is I got a little lesson on this. This is when just pick something up because you think it should be hot. And I had never seen this book before. Harley and Ivy, Love on the Lam. It's like a graphic novel trade paperback, whatever. Um, he had a cover sticker price of $10, so I ended up paying $7.50 for it. And that's really, you can get it on eBay for that much. You can get it for between $8 and $10. So I basically broke even. You know, I bought it because I saw Harley Quinn and I said, oh man, I know Harley's hot. Gotta pick that up. I had no clue how much it was worth. Like I said, I'd never seen it before. So, whatever. Not mad about it, but. So that was what I got from that guy. Some really good books that I've been looking for. Hard to find stuff that you can tell nobody had picked over them. This was a place I stopped. Kind of mad I stopped, but I've been obviously a hot book. This was just like an antique mall, and there was nothing there. They probably had about 50, 100 books. There was not much. This was a guy, he had like 5 books, and this was one of them. But unfortunately, the cover's ripped. But I'm just happy to have it because I don't have one yet, and I only paid $1 for it. So, you know, if this was near mint, it's a $40 book at least. I mean, these are getting hard to come by for $40 now. First Nightwing. That's not. So that was all I got there. I would have rather had the time going to this other comic book shop I stopped at on the way home, but I'll go back there some other time. I literally had like a half hour at this store. I walked in the door, I turned right, and I started going through the long boxes. I probably only made it 20 feet into the store, if even that. I don't even know what they had there, because I just started looking and I saw, you know, saw this for $1.50. Nothing special about it, just some more Amazing Spider-Man that I collect. It had the 149, the milestone edition of it, which is the first Spider clone. These Marvel milestones, I've just kind of been realized that they're worth a good bit, because people want to read these old books and they're kind of hard to find. You're not going to find a reader copy for cheap, so they printed these reprints, and those got snatched up. I'm sure they didn't print a whole lot of them. So when you see those, I would definitely pick them up, especially if you get it for $1. I was really happy to get this. Ursanat kind of stole my thunder on this one, because I had been looking for 606 and 607 for a while, because these have become real hot books. Anything with Black Cat is really hot right now. I paid $3.50 for it, and it's got some spine stresses on it. It's not even near mint, but I wanted to get it. I've been looking for it, and I figured I can't pass that up. I was happy to get this also. Clone number 1, $5. This book is like hot and cold depending on if they're going to do the TV show or not. They've been talking about it. But for $5, I was surprised that they had this in the long box. And I got number 2 also for $3, and those things are really nice. Those are near mint. Another one I've been looking for, Battle Scars number 6, first Agent Coluson, who is the main character on the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. And then this is Nick Fury Jr. You can see he also has an eye patch now, because he lost his eye in this book, obviously. And this Nick Fury Jr., like in the Ultimate series, is where Nick Fury looks like Samuel L. Jackson from the movie is Nick Fury. And that's when you really know that you've made it as an actor, when they change a character from a white guy who has been in the comic books for at least 40 years, and they change him to look like you, look like the actor. I mean, that's when you've made it. Not if you won an Oscar, if you get a comic book character changed to look like you. Put that one on your radar. I paid $2 for it. That's a $10 book easy. 100 Bullets number 2. I picked up a bunch of these for $1, and then this was number 2 for $2. Couldn't pass that up. I don't know why I picked this up, but it's the first Batwoman and Detective Comics lead. $1.50. I mean, it's worth more than that. I already have a copy, so I don't know. I just saw it and said, $1.50, you gotta have that. I mean, if you don't have that, put that on your radar too. Incredible Hulk 255. This was one I had just kind of found out about, more or less, and it was only $1. And Hulk and Thor. I mean, this is a $20 book in near mint, if not more. It's got a little, like, I don't know, staining or something maybe. I don't even know. I haven't even opened it. Yeah, you can kind of see on the back, but for $1, I'll read it. I mean, it's worth $1 at least. So that's my most recent haul. I got plenty more comics. Like I've said, I'm backed up, so check me out. Be coming back soon. Keep trolling those dollar boxes.